Well, about me, I'm Namita. I'm a videographer, marketing agency, and a copywriter.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
Uh, so what I'm all about is I build entrepreneurs. I build them successful, running, thriving, steady businesses by crafting them the right online presence for them. So I do this through the production of bespoke online campaigns, like video campaigns, social media campaigns, and all kinds of content writing. I do text creation for websites, articles, blogs, newsletters, ebooks, all kinds of text creations. So really, in a nutshell, what I'm about is I'm all about helping you present yourself effectively in your industry and helping you communicate to your target clients or your target customers in the right engaging way. So that you have a strong, compelling online presence that generates the connections that you want, the opportunities that you need for your business to grow, and building you a strong customer and subscriber base. So I'm all about helping you turn your voice into a powerful presence using the right visuals, the right look, and communicating to your audience in the right way.
Now, for somebody who do not even understand what is meant by content creation, because this is where you are, what would you say, kind of a description of it?
So content creation, it's all part of building your presence as a business, as an entrepreneur. So content creation, it varies. It's very broad. So it includes things like your website, your messaging across your website, your social media platforms, video content, blogs, newsletters, articles, discussions. So all this, it's all content creation, and we need good quality content to create the right impression for our businesses. What kind of mood we want to create, what kind of impression we want to create for our target audiences. So it's very important. The content for our businesses creates the body of our business presence. It sets the impression what we want others to see. So content creation, content for our businesses is like building the body of our businesses. It's all essential for our presence.
Now, would you say that maybe that content marketing is something that of importance today? Because of course we have always been consuming content, but of course it's only recently that people have started talking about content marketing and things like that.
Yeah, well, content creation it's an essential now. A lot of people are talking about it because today everything is happening online, especially since the pandemic, where a lot of us were moved to work online, work remotely, and the best option for us to really ensure that our businesses are running well is to maintain that presence online, and content creation is absolutely essential. So building like powerful content creation, it's the basis of creating a good online presence. So it's all down to knowing our audience well as well. That really determines on what to create, what kind of content to create. So yeah, creating the right content for your business is key. It's key, and it comes in many forms. As I mentioned before, it comes in many forms, from videos to blogs to newsletters to social media posts. If we have a bit of everything, if we have a good social presence made up of videos, have a good blog, a mailing list, and most of all, being consistent, that's where our presence will thrive and grow. And as a result, we pull in the opportunities and connections that we want.
If we are going to create content for people, and we expect that this content is going to be consumed by people, so at the end of the day, we can sort of put in some things that people can buy, because if you just putting that content there without anything in return for you, you are quickly going to go out of business, no? So I'm trying to understand what is the role of defining what type of content you should create. How do you research this content? How do you know that your audience is going to need the content, so that at the end of the day, your content, of course, is going to be effective instead of just throwing out some trash out there in the name of content? Help me with that.
Okay. Yeah. So the key here is to really know your audience well. Get to know your market, know your audience inside out. So this includes knowing the tastes of your audience, their preferences, their lifestyles, what their goals are, what are their problems, what issues are they experiencing today. And so when you address these points of your audience, when you know your audience well, what is it that they need? What are their problems? What are their concerns? What's their lifestyles? When you know these points, that is where this will help you create the right content that strikes a chord with them, that will connect with them, that will understand with them, so that they want to engage with you, connect with you, explore your website, and even buy from you as well. So knowing your audience is absolutely important when it comes to creating content. So when you don't know your audience well, yes, you fall into this trap of just posting anything to get their attention. So it's important. First thing when it comes to creating good content, you need to do research into your market, into your audience.
All right, let's dive in a little bit more on that research. For you in your business, how do you embark on research? Give us some tips so that people can also apply it in their own business.
Yeah. So what I would do is to know your audience well. I say do your research. So I'd say do a table, like get to know your customers, who are your ideal customers. Also look into your own products, your own services, and how do you bring great value to your audience? How will your product or service be of great value to match the problems and issues and lifestyles with your target customers or your target audience? So have a checklist. So I would say list, first of all, what are their lifestyles, what their preferences, what their tastes are, what are their goals, what do they want, what they want to achieve, what's their vision, what are the problems, what are their dilemmas. So what are their problems. So when you know these points, that's going to help you create a product or create a service that will cater to them. So you've got to be specific. It's about being specific.
All right, that's very important. Be specific when you are creating content. Be
Exactly.
specific.
Yeah.
So
specific to your audience. Yeah. But at the same time, also bringing out your own unique value as a business. So say if you're a wellness coach, for instance, there are many wellness coaches out there. You need to specifically highlight your unique selling point, what makes you different, uniquely you, what makes you different from all the other wellness coaches out there. So that you also need to bring out as well when creating good content. So that this also helps you stand out in the market.
Okay, now being in the content creation industry to where you are, do you see a lot of people really finding it easy to differentiate themselves, to sort of separate themselves from the crowd? Otherwise, we are just all there just making the same noise. Because I want to understand now from your explanation that differentiating yourself from the crowd is something that is very important. Actually, that is why you have a name. Otherwise, we'll just say woman, woman 2, woman 3, woman 4, or 10 men. So because you have a name, a specific name, you are the only person that is you in this world. So do you see that people are finding it easy to differentiate themselves, or is it a problem within the content creation community? Can you share anything with that?
Yeah. So making yourself unique away from your market, from your competition. It is more simple than you think. It's made up of different factors. So this includes having the right look, having this unique look, unique to your brand. So this can be through your visual presence, like your brand colors, your logos, the structure of your online presence, like your social media and websites. So the look sets the tone of your entire presence. What mood are you creating? What kind of impression you want to create for your audience? So the look helps you differentiate yourself against your competition. Also, your messaging is key. So when creating the right messaging, think about your unique selling point. What makes you uniquely you as an expert in the market compared to all the others out there. Yeah. So combine those, and also lastly is consistency as well. When you're consistent with your presence, you are increasing your chances of being seen, being heard, being more memorable, which will allow more traction to come in, more connections, more responses coming in, because you're being consistent. There may be people out there who are not consistent with their presence. That lowers their stand in the market. Those who, for instance, they post on social media once a week or even 1 in 2 weeks, compared to somebody who posts regularly on a daily basis, 5 days a week, that person who's been consistent, they're standing out from the competition already by showing up. So,
All right, being consistent can actually be very tedious, no? Especially maybe for people that are just starting out. Okay, for you, let's look at your example. Was it easy for you to be consistent in your online presence?
Yeah, so being consistent, yeah. So what I do for me, and also the work that I do with my clients as well, it's plan content ahead. I simply plan content ahead. So I dedicate an hour, 2 hours a day, just planning content for myself, my clients for the week ahead from Monday to Friday. And when I do all my postings in advance, I put them on there, I schedule them out. So I don't have to worry about it as the week progresses. It gives me a peace of mind. And it's the same thing, doesn't have not just social media, but video content. If you're creating videos, if you're doing daily video clips on your social media or on your website, you do everything in one go in one day. You have an hour or two a week filming, creating videos, and then you schedule them out. And that's how you get consistency in your presence. And yes, when you get engagements, you respond back to them to really bring out reap the rewards of your presence. So that's very important. You engage with your audience.
All right. Before we were talking about research, that it is important to research your audience. But now, research again, I'm trying to see how can you better research your content, because now you know your audience, you are going to research a content for them, and also particularly the importance of SEO in your content research, because now you are good. Of course, you are an expert in this area. You want to make sure that what you are bringing are the people take it. No, you are not playing a game, maybe or not. No, so help me with that.
Yeah. So when you're creating content, so yes, research is key. You got to know your audience well to create content that connects and understands with them, and also having the right messaging, which also, what makes you unique from other experts out there in the market. But yes, when also creating content, what's important is to have the right keywords. So this is SEO related. It's to have the right keywords, phrases in your content. So by using the right keywords and phrases in your content, this increases your chances of being seen on search engines, being seen on social media. It makes you much more searchable when you use the right keywords and phrases. You pull more of the right people to you.
Is there a right or wrong way of using keyword in your content creation? Because somebody in here that might say, okay, well, I'm going to create a content about, I don't know, how to travel from London to Verona. So I've got maybe like 20 keyword. I'm just going to load them somehow. Are there good way and bad way of using keyword or SEO in your content creation?
Well, okay, so with the content creation, so with keywords, it's important that you use common keywords that a lot of people would use. Like if you, for instance, if you're doing travel, you would say, well, it will be simple things like um, like London traveler, London travel travel vlog, um, travel tips, travel advice, like much common phrases or keywords or tags that most people will look up on. So I would say, yeah, so common keywords and phrases that are commonly searched would be are worth putting into your content when it comes to using the right keywords and phrases as well. And yes, so when you're creating as well, when it comes to good content creation, you're creating a good impression. So you're either creating. It's important that you communicate in a nice either to inform, educate, entertain, or inspire. So it's not just about selling.
All right, not just about
Yeah.
selling. Of course, you are going to have to
Yeah.
know what you are doing to be able to stand out. Then I want to take that out from your speech. Now, let's look at somebody who do not yet understand how to stand out. No,
Right.
okay, no. Let's look at you personally. When you started, I want to believe that you didn't know how to do it in the beginning. No, because here we concentrate a lot on the beginning. What did you do that helped you to know what you are doing?
Yeah. So when I started out, yeah, I didn't know a thing about branding or even building a good presence. I had minimal resources with me. So what I did, yeah, it didn't bring the traction that I needed. It was very quiet. So what really changed is I outsourced. I had support. I hired I had a coach with me on my business journey. So and this by having this support, having this coach, having this support with me, this mentor, she really did help me a lot in branding, how I brand myself, building my own presence. So yeah, when I outsource and receive support, have others help me with my business journey. I built up a much stronger presence. I had my logo redone I had changed my whole business structure, like how I know how to gain how to increase my sales, gain the clients that I want, and build myself a good brand image on my social media, on my website, and even create supporting materials as well to send to my contacts who out there. So overall, success is something that you cannot success in building a good compelling presence. It cannot be done alone. And it's also the same thing as building a good business. It's never done alone. It's always good to have people to help you, have some support. Because if you do things all by yourself, you're giving yourself a strain. You're giving yourself a strain, and you are slowing down your progress. You may not achieve the results that you want sooner. So having that support with me really changed my business, outsourcing and building up my own branding. So,
All right. Now, I want to believe that you are also speaking with some other persons, friends, colleagues, because okay, starting out a business is a very lonely journey, you know. Any person in business know that it's a lonely journey because, of course, you have group of friends you have grown up together. You have a certain frame of reality. But all of them are not going to be in business. So if you're not in business, they don't understand what you are doing. So to most of them, you are just wasting time. Why are you doing this? No. So of course, it becomes lonely. Then of course, you are going to have to network, find other people who think like you. That is how
Yeah.
you eventually succeed in it. No. So even among the people that you are, among your new friends now, if you want to call it like that, do you sometimes hear from them, maybe hear why some of them don't reach out to other people, why some of them remain only among themselves and therefore find it difficult? I'm trying to understand what is the challenges that people face that make them not to reach out to other people and ask for help like you did.
What the challenge is, yeah, a lot of us may think that, oh, because we're our own boss, we are our own entrepreneur, we can do anything. We wear many hats. We can do everything. We can't. It's a lot. We kind of a lot of us fear that when we get support, it shows us that we're not good in this. We're not good in this area. But the opposite helps. You know, like if you think you know you can do everything, again, it puts a strain on you. The, whereas if you surround yourself regularly with the right people who feed into your passion, your drive to succeed, your goals, your vision, this helps feed into your yeah, it feeds into your drive, and you get the right support.
And how do you
So
find these right people? Where are you supposed to look for to find these right people? I'm talking of for people that are probably listening now and they're still looking for how to find the right people to support in their businesses.
yeah, so this can finding the right circle. You be includes going to events, go to networking events in person or online, and find events where it has more of your target audience. If you're an entrepreneur starting out and you need that support, go to networking events with entrepreneurs who are either established, who are established, by so by going to these regular events, you're surrounding yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial talents, who are willing to share their stories, their inspirations, tips, and advice that will help you move forward. You may even find somebody who can help with your business, your branding, marketing, or even your business accounts, or any area of your business. You will find somebody out there who will help you. So regularly networking, it's key. It's essential to the growth of our businesses. You know, and it's all down to who we know today. It's not about what, well, it's a mix, just like it's not just about what you know, but it's also who you know too. So having a strong network, it's key. So as I've said, I've heard, this is a fact, your networks is your network. So when you have a good network, you have opportunities.
What is motivating you in business? Why are you in business yourself?
Why I'm in business myself is I want to be my own leader. Own leader in my industry. So before, I was working as so my background is in film, media, video. So before, I was working as a production manager for different types of production houses, film and video production companies. I was freelancing on all kinds of film and video projects. So I was working on a per project basis for a company. I was working from one company to another on a per project basis. And I really didn't feel comfortable with me having to look for the next job and the next opportunity. And so I thought I wanted to create my own opportunities instead. I want to create my own job, my own opportunity. And so this is why I set up my own business. I wanted to be my own leader, be able to lead, to motivate, and inspire others, and create an impact, helping, using my creativity, my talents, my gifts. So for me, my why is I want to help people turn their voices into powerful, compelling presences. That helps them open them up to doors of opportunities, helping them be seen, be heard, by changing the way they present themselves and helping them make the change that they want to see.
All right, now say some of these people that you want to inspire, they're still working for some other persons like you some time ago. and they will want to pull out from there and start something for themselves. No, of course, this thing doesn't happen by magic. No.
Yeah.
So, what kind of strategy would you recommend for them to succeed so that they can also own a business for themselves?
So first of all, like, know your strength. Like, if you want to start out in business, know your purpose, know your why, and also like know what are your strengths, talents, and your skills. What are your specialities, and also what's your goal, and then really build into it. Create your own. Like, what is it you want to leave in this world? Like, what impact you want to make using the unique gifts that you have. So that's something to think about and dwell on it. Once you have that, because that will help you create your concept, and also who you want to serve as well. Who is it you want to serve out there? So when you build that up, you have your unique concept and your audience. And once you have that, you're set up, then you decide what kind of service product I want to create as well. What kind of service product I want to create, because that will help you build the foundations of your business. And then once you have that, then you start building. You build up your concept, you build up your business plan, and then you start your presence. Start building a presence right away. That's where you start to get seen in the market and be heard, and even gain opportunities sooner rather than later.
All right, good. Right now, you personally, say maybe somebody want to connect with you. For business, for anything, how can they reach you? Use this small moment to promote yourself. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you do want to need some guidance, advice on building up your own presence, or if you're struggling with your social media or building good video content, or building or want to increase your visibility, you can contact me on my website, which is www.namitakabilas.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Namita Kabilas, and I'm also on LinkedIn. You simply give me a LinkedIn request, Namita Kabilas, and let's connect from there. I'm happy to chat and offer anybody advice, tips, and guidance on how they can build a thriving business by crafting that right presence, be seen, be heard, and just start getting the customers and opportunities that you need.
All right, Namita, what would be your final statement here? Looking at the people that we have talked about, business, of course, content creation. It can be a small message, anything. Just go ahead and do that.
I say, don't hold back. If it's something, don't hold back on your success. So I say take action sooner than later. No matter what you have, what resources you have, what funds you have, what your situation is, always start from somewhere. Start with, work with what you have and just take action. Because when you take action sooner, that's where you generate results sooner, you make progress, and you'll see that your legacy, your presence, your whole business, life will take shape. So all great things and success happens by taking action now.
Dear Namita Kabilas, thank you so much for the time. It really have been a pleasure on my part.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here on the show. I'm very grateful.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi A14. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.